Hi everyone, I'm using the Light Seers Way for our reading today. I'll choose 3 cards, take some from the base of the pack, and I'll also choose one from the Gods, Goddesses and Angels as well for some extra guidance. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective. For anyone who views this video, we have the moon in Gemini still all day, and it is communicating beautifully with Chiron in Aries. So a nice day of healing after the powerful full moon yesterday. How did you feel in that full moon? Did anything come up for you? Was you able to write and burn and release? And so it's really an ongoing healing day today, releasing anything that may have come up. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video. There we have the Magician, the Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, the base of the pack we have the Four of Wands, Judgment, and the Ace of Cups, and the Tower, the Moon. And I'll take out the Nine of Wands. Okay, so we have the Magician, which is the card that is associated to Mercury, who is in Sagittarius and opposing this moon. Mercury is connecting to the galactic core, so we're receiving messages from the divine, some guidance. Today the moon also is communicating beautifully with Chiron in Aries. So Chiron in Aries is all around the healing of our I am presence, a healing for empowerment, to use our magic, through our words, our feelings, our thoughts. So the Magician is coming through today, reminding us there is a powerful energy coming from the cosmos, a magical energy that's assisting us and guiding us in creating a magical world, but first and foremost within, and then it resonates all around us. So the Magician stepping forward, this is Archangel Raziel and Merlin stepping forward, assisting us through these times of immense shifts. We're constantly moving through different timelines now, and as we really embrace who we truly are, the magic that's within us, and then we start to weave our magic in our lives. We have the Queen of Swords, and she is sat there connecting to her higher self. So these messages that are bringing in enlightenment. She's travelled all the way through the suit of the swords, which is our thoughts, cultivated until she has a connection to her higher self. She doesn't get drawn in to any drama, any fearful thoughts. She's staying connected, and she's just floating along there on that water. So the water is our emotions. So when we calm our thoughts, our emotions become nice and calm and still, so that we can see with clarity. It's an activation of our third eye, of our crown chakra, as these messages are coming through, and as we stay in that place of real peace. And especially today is such a beautiful energy today. We're still feeling the aftermath of the full moon, and how did it affect you? Has it affect you in any way? Was you able to release? And still today, just being mindful of where we're placing our attention. Then we have the Emperor, and this is the card of Aries, and Chiron is in Aries. The North nodes are in Aries, so this is the way we are moving. Mars, the Emperor is the card of Aries, so it's a fire sign. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So this is about laying down those foundations, making sure that we are not stepping into any type of anger, frustration, pausing before we react, just taking a breath, because we are creating. This is the Emperor, this is the divine masculine, this is the father of, this is the King of Kings, this is the king in all his attributes. But being mindful to stay in that alignment, to not step into this fire element that can create some kind of impatience, being gentle with ourselves, being at peace with ourselves and others as we are now starting to create. This is such a sacred time, a holy time, for us to sit back and allow all our seeds that we have been planting to be fertilized, and taking time with that, not rushing it, not stepping into trying to control anything or force anything. Is sat back there and just observing. There's a lot of heat coming from this card, where there's a lot of fire, the element of fire, with Mars, Mercury, the Sun all in Sagittarius. So there's a lot of heat here, but a lot of passion also to create. And then we have the Four of Wands, time for celebration. Manifestation starting to feel real inside us. She is dancing, and we can see the 1111, the wands forming a 1111, coming through that 1111 gateway, moving up to the 1212 gateway, which is a very powerful activation. So it's a time of celebrating, a time of really being grateful for all we have, and that feeling of gratitude then draws more in to be grateful for, really focusing on the upliftment, the positivity, the optimism, and the ruling planet of Sagittarius, where we're in Sagittarius season, is Jupiter, bringing in that expansion, that optimism, that positive energy. So we're feeling surges of energy coming through the galactic core, through Mercury, into our being, feeling those surges, those waves of energy coming in, uplifting us, tapping into that joy within. And then we have the Judgment, and this is a card that's connected to Pluto. So Pluto is still there, opposing the South Node and the North Node. The South Node is Libra, is in the South Node, still looking at our relationships, bringing healing to our I Am Presence, the North Node in Aries. So as we heal and come in alignment with our soul purpose, we then come into beautiful alignment with our relationships. So this is Judgment, asking us to do a reflect, because we are coming up to the end of the year, to do a reflect, look at the same thoughts, same feelings, the same patterns that have presented themselves all through the year. and do a life review, do a review, look at all the stress, anxiety, anger, whatever it may be that we put into certain situations, because there are blocks. They're not of the higher dimension. That's where we're hooked in to the third dimension, to the lower dimension. So to do a little review as we are now moving into the waning phase of the moon, to let things go, to stand in our own power, and to be the light. If just to be the light, feel the light within us and be the light. And you can see there she is rising up. This is a card of wake up. This is, in traditional tarot, the angels sounding her trumpet and awaken us within, awaken us to our higher self. Then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, newness, love, romance, our angels, our spirit guides, this beautiful connection that comes from our heart. It doesn't come from our head. The connection is within our hearts, and as our hearts start to expand with this beautiful energy that's coming through the galactic core, with the messages that are coming in and settling in our hearts, and we will feel our hearts starting to open, and beautiful words coming out of our mouths, our words infused with higher vibration that soothe and bring healing. So this is now our cup being filled and running over as we focus and come into our heart space. Feel that divine love, feel the sacredness of this season. Then we have the Tower. So things falling away. The Tower keeps presenting itself, and it's a positive card because everything that's false is falling away. Those old paradigms. We have Capricorn, Pluto still in Capricorn, really bringing transformation there to those old paradigms, to the old structures. We have Saturn in Pisces, cleansing and clearing those blocks that we have placed upon ourselves, our limiting beliefs, those limiting programs that we have felt so comfortable in, but no growth, that really are becoming too tight. We can't fit in those old paradigms and those old beliefs any longer, because we are waking up to the truth and this cosmic shift that's occurring, that's coming in and shifting all those old paradigms. But we are moving into our inner truth, building a world with love and peace and joy. Moving away now from the stress and everything else that we placed upon ourselves, the pressures that we placed upon ourselves. Can't do that any longer. This is a breaking away of all that, coming into the light, and as we have planted those seeds, they are now being fertilized, and they open up and crack open, and the light starts to shine through. So this is a time of things changing, but changing for the better. Then we have the Nine of Wands. So as we crack open, as the Tower card comes in and everything away, that crumbles away and dissolves away that is false, all those other all those other beliefs fall with them, and we are left with the truth of who we are. And we've come through this, we've come through these challenges. You can see there she is bandaged, but she's holding on and focusing on her own wand, her own inner truth. So everything that's not of truth is falling away. And as the end of all this, we've had a powerful year of transformation, of releasing at an even deeper level, until we find ourselves, we find that passion, we find our inner spark, and we start to build it and build it until we move forward. It lights our path. It shines light into every situation and guides us with our hearts. So we're moving forward now in authenticity. And then we have the full moon, which is what we've just come through, and which is assisting us in letting go and shining a light on our shadow. You can see there she is immersed into that water, into her emotions, with the full moon shining upon her. But the ocean is clear, and I always see the ocean as consciousness. She's receiving a activation from the moon, and in this card you can see there is a white wolf and a black wolf, and it reminds me of the story of the two wolves. Which one are we feeding? Are we feeding fear, anxiety, judgment, or are we feeding love, expansion? We're at this choice point. Those two energies live within us, and whatever we feed, whatever we focus on, that is what will present itself, and that's who we will become, and that's where our beliefs will be, in the light or the shadow. Like the Gemini twins, everyone outside of us is our twin, reflecting back at us. How are we responding or reacting with that reflection? So a powerful time of moving through this gateway now of the twins, moving into this sacred time, a holy time of December, moving through to the solstice, from the 12/12 to the solstice. Such a spiritual time to feed the divine within us, to feed divine source energy within us, to really merge with it, allow it to merge in every cell of our body. There are trillions and trillions of cells within our body. There's trillions of cells there on our fingerprint, and each cell, when you look into it, is infinite. And we have all these cells constantly dying and new cells being created. So when we are in a place of peace, we will create more cells that only know peace. If we're in a place of angst or anger or frustration, we will create cells that only know anger, so we're constantly being triggered. So during this time, we've got this choice to allow our body to create cells and rejuvenate cells of peace and harmony, because that will tip the balance within us. As we stay in that place of peace, more and more cells are created from that vibration of harmony, stillness, love. Then there comes a time where we tip the balance, where we're in that state, we come into our stillness, and nothing knocks us out of alignment. So being mindful, we have Chiron. a beautiful relationship with Aries and the moon, really assisting us in finding that peace, allowing our body to rejuvenate and to create peace within and then peace all around us. So wonderful, wonderful day today. Setting the intention now for a reading. The highest and greatest good. Asking for a message from the gods, goddesses and angels. For anyone who may see this video. There we have the Angel of Union. What beautiful cards. The Angel of Union, as we break down from separate, as we break free from polarization, from judgment, from separation, we move into union, and this is the angels of union coming together. This is a beautiful time for love, of really coming into our hearts, and this is a time of bringing blessings into our relationships, and our relationships at this time are destined for success. Whether it be love relationship, work relationship, we are now all coming into that frequency, that connecting to the wave, on the same wavelength, that brings relationships in and unions in that really grow and flourish. So calling in the angel of union now, and asking the angel of union to go into any relationship that we may have that needs some healing. First and foremost within ourselves, with the relationship we have with ourselves, then out into our relationships, to bring that healing, to bring that union in a beautiful way. And first and foremost, bringing the divine masculine and the divine feminine within ourselves, being at peace within ourselves, standing in our own light, being in that place of authenticity and our own independence, and then enjoying the relationships that come into our lives. So a beautiful card, and this with the Ace of Cups here is new relationship, or a relationship going to a deeper level of understanding and a deeper level of love. So wonderful, wonderful reading today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all are really coping with these energies, that you're taking that time to find some peace within, find that self-love, feel that comfort, and feel the divine within, that sacredness within. So I'm sending so much love. Thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.